Hi, everyone. Welcome to another amazing topic of conversation. I want to thank my sponsors, South Florida PBS, and their immerse experience, DaVinci. So please go to their website and get your tickets now. Kids go for free. I want to thank Alexa's Workspaces that she can make any workspace available for you, whether it's 1 hour, a month, or even a virtual office. And Hermosa Mujer that really helps women become their own owners. So please, hermosamujer.net, they can help you by becoming your own business owner, especially for women. So, Lorna, thank you. Thank you so much for being here today. And our conversation is basically, does free help really help?
Yes,
Because everybody thinks that when there's something for free, it's not worth, or it doesn't have a value. And what the SBDC, and now you're going to tell us about what the SBDC is, because it does work.
yes. So thank you, Gladys, for having me here. My name is Lorna Baez, and I'm one of the assistant directors at the Small Business Development Center at FIU. We always say that FIU loves acronyms, and this is not an exception. So we are on the College of Business, and we provide no-cost consulting to small businesses. And like you and I were talking about this prior to the start of the session, is that SBDC is a little bit of like Miami's best kept secret. And
It is.
yes, and we really want to ensure that everybody knows about our resources, especially small businesses, which are the ones that need the support the most. And one of the things that we were talking about is that, yes, these services are at no cost, no cost.
So I have to tell you that I'm one of the beneficiaries of the SBDC. And my experience was amazing. And this is the reason that I wanted to invite you because nobody knows. Like I've shared it with many people and they really didn't know. So for small businesses that we do not have like a board meeting or we do not have high paid advisors, especially when accessing capital, there's you guys.
Mhm.
So for example, for me, my experience when doing consulting was all the exercises that I had to go through and the planning on who my competition was, who I can reach you, what was my business model, like really opened another door on a lot of alternative revenue streams.
Mhm.
And that was invaluable. The other part was that they did help me to get access to capital when banks tell you no
Mhm.
and explain to us the part that you guys do not give, you guys do not lend money, but you get access to.
Exactly. So we receive from funds from the federal government and the state. We're also sponsored by local and national banks in order to provide our services at no cost. We do not ourselves offer grants nor loans. What we do have is that we have a group of specialized consultants. each one is specialized in their own individual area. So if a business is in need of services that are geared towards marketing, they will be paired up with marketing consultants. If they need access to capital, which we know is extremely important to fund our businesses, to grow our businesses, right? It's our fuel to grow, especially our businesses. Then we have access to capital consultants. Although we do not give out the grants nor the loans, these access to capital consultants will help you by analyzing your business, making sure that your business is ready to receive a loan and navigating through the process. So we have partner organizations, right, that do offer the services of loans for small businesses. We partner with those community organizations, but we also guide the businesses that are ready to access capital directly with the banks, right? And so it's a lot of, I think of consultants as number one, kind of like a person to bounce off ideas. Two, a lot of people, you don't have to recreate the wheel. Our business consultants are experts in their field. The access to capital consultants, some have been bankers for many, many years. They know the other side of what banks are actually looking for. So before coming in and then kind of learning through the process, they know exactly what you need to show in order to have a higher probability of getting that loan. And so that's the person that is going to be beside you throughout that process. And that's the support that we give businesses.
No, and that is really amazing. So my next question to you. Everybody thinks that free resources don't work, but they, not only that they don't work because they think, oh, it's free, so it must be like not really professional, which is not true. But the other part is that when you have a service that's for free, you take it for granted and you don't follow up. So tell me about the consistency. Like, okay, you offer the business. What do you expect the companies to do?
And that's a great question. I think that we run as a business as well because every single institution has limited resources. So we want to be extremely effective with our resources to be able to help a high number of small businesses. Here in Miami-Dade, we also offer services in Monroe County, so the Keys and Miami-Dade. In order to do that, we need to be resourceful. So I think a big ask is that once clients come to receive services from SBDC, that they are ready to work hard, right? Consultants are there to be a sounding board for their businesses, but they will also task you with things that you're going to have to do, and you're going to have to come up ready to have done it and for the following meeting and the meeting after that. The one thing that we always ask is do not miss a meeting, right? That's like a golden rule. And the reason is that a missed meeting is a spot that you took away from another small business owner that could have used it with one of our consultants. And so if you are gonna request a meeting with us, which I highly recommend, I have met every single consultant. I've worked with them directly. Each and every one of the consultants that we have at SBDC at FIU are passionate about the work that they do and extremely well-versed about their specialization. So do go in, do register, give yourself the opportunity of being consulted by a business owner, but be ready to put on the work as well, right? So we were saying that it's a symbiotic relationship, right? It's a give and take. And so we do ask that people do the work from their end. I think it's, Miami-Dade is what, 90% of this businesses in Miami-Dade are small businesses. So we are a city um, built, supported, and run by small businesses, right? And so I think it's a beautiful thing. I think we know the struggle of the business owner. And I think that people don't have to go through it alone, right? Um, they can do it with us and they can continue working hard along us and with the support of SBDC at FIU.
I think the best example is, for example, when you join a chamber of commerce, that
Yeah.
you meet a lot of people, but you actually don't do the follow-up. So
Mhm.
if you don't do the follow-up, it's never gonna work,
Yeah.
right? Okay, you got a lead or you got a call, but if you don't follow up with them, it's like there's a saying that 90% of success is literally showing up.
Yeah. And you know what? I think a lot of it is also, and I think this is one of the reasons that I'm grateful that you opened this space for us here is there's so many resources out there to help you succeed, right? And in order to do that, you have to
You have
look
to
for the
learn.
resources and tap into those resources.
Correct. It's
They are there.
there's a saying, uh, there's a saying in Spanish, el que no ve es como el que no sabe. So if you don't know anything, if you don't see it, you really don't know it. And this is like eye-opening on there's a lot of resources that small companies can really tap into.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
And even though it's free, it does work. But like you said, they're taking away precious time and money from other companies that actually do get them. And I've seen some amazing examples on small companies on how they go from A to Z thanks to your help.
Yeah, I think that the FIU has the Metropolitan Center, and they're an incredible source of information. They work with the census, and they were saying that Miami is in the 16th spot of startup ecosystems globally. So
Wow.
Miami is, and we're all experiencing it, right? There has been a lot of changes after COVID. Um, there's almost like it, the economy, local economy has ignited itself, right? Our business consultants are listening, learning, about all of these small businesses every single day, right? So they are a good sounding board for people that even are, if they're ideating or they're thinking about starting their business, we have consultants that specialize in startup and will help you guide through even starting your business and how to register in SAM or how to register, etc. If you're interested in like government contracting, etc. So if you're new to Miami, if you're new to the US, if you've been a business owner in your home country, but now you're coming to the US and you don't know the how-tos, we're also a good center to come to because then we'll guide you through the process so that you register correctly, so that you have important aspects about, running your business, not only in the US, but in Miami-Dade, in the state of Florida, what your options are, etc. So it's just a good way to
tap into knowledge that you don't know, and it's completely
exactly.
different.
Mhm. Our consultants, we have consultants that speak Spanish, of course, speak English. We have consultants that speak Creole. So our consultants really do represent the diversity of the community in Miami. Mhm.
So Lorna, thank you. Thank you so much for explaining everyone and that free resources do work.
Yes, and they do exist, right? And yeah, and that people should, don't be afraid, don't be shy. We're here. We've worked with many different businesses at many different stages in their development, from manufacturing to selling services to brick and mortars. We are here to help you throughout your journey. And if we cannot, because it's outside of our scope, please know that we know partner organizations that we can gear you towards. So you won't leave empty-handed, even if we ourselves are unable to serve you directly.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Thank you. So forward to an amazing 2025.
Yes. Thank you so much, Gladys.
To everyone, have an amazing week. We hope there will be peace in the world and above all, stay safe.